Well, no, if it's voted down, we're done. If it doesn't pass because there aren't 5 votes, it's done.
Vote out.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, probably end up bringing it back. If it gets voted down this much.
Somebody could. I prefer to see it.
We're not regret. Just take this group and
Oh, that is. Yeah, it's the. Yeah, I got it. See. Janet and.
Janet is coming.
I believe so. I hope so.
Tom is out.
Otherwise, we're gonna go out to breakfast.
Your treats?
That's great.
No. Super hungry, stuff you.
Two eggs. No, 3 eggs.
Is that how you do it, Jamel? Fasting, you're fasting now?
I don't know if I'm doing anything. That's the plan now. One of these days.
One of these
Something like
days.
To land some expansion mode.
Growth.
Growth. Opportunity, right?
It's hard.
well, you just get to a point where you have to pound up, and now there's a holiday that screws it all up.
Exactly. Holiday, birthday, what calls it well, yeah. So many different.
You kind of do have to like rein in your social life. I learned that. It's like, and I bet you that was Wednesday I went by. It's like a black SUV.
Okay, yeah, someone just pulled it apart.
And Janet's here.
Yay.
There you go.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Good.
Andy's out?
Yeah.
It's exciting.
How about you?
I almost got attacked by birds coming in.
Oh, no.
You got a nest forming out there.
Yeah.
Protected species.
We may get the upper hand back.
Oh, the birds.
I think once, as you were
He's
walking
coming.
in, Vince came by. He leaves. I'm hoping.
The petition's due in Hamburg yet?
No,
Oh, when do they do?
20th?
Okay.
It's good, because I don't know start. That's one of those activities you lose enthusiasm for.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, I lost enthusiasm because I
Oh, maybe full time or?
No. I have to tell you, Molly, in 3 days, I think. Has really learned more than Joel did, so.
Do you think that'll, we're on record.
At this point.
Some went down in West End, guys, so, and our annual filings are done. I let our chair and our treasurer know, so for our, so we do have to do 990s for the land development for, you know, you're not on the board, but the Hamburg Development Corporation, so we have to do 990s because they're not for profits and charity registration, so those were some of the things that were with that Seneca Babcock. Make sure those are done if you're on your respective boards out in the community. All right, we'll get rolling. We'll start with our roll call for April 8th, 2026 Board of Directors meeting. Cam Hall. Here. Bob Hutchison. Here. Janet McGregor-Clark.
Here.
Jamel Perkins. Here. Wentz Valentin.
Here.
And we have Mary Doran and Jennifer Strong as guests. And that's it. There's no one on Zoom. Excuse are Patrick Castiglia, Marianne Costello, Tom Moses, and Andy Palmer. Can you please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Motion to open the April 8th, 2026 Hamburg, New York IDA Board of Directors meeting at 7:34 a.m.
So moved.
Thanks, Janet. Thanks, Jamel. First item on the agenda are our meeting minutes from March 11th, 2026.
Motion to accept.
Janet,
Second.
thanks, Cam. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item is our financial report for March 31st, 2026.
Okay, at the close of March 31st, we've got $739,406.74 in our account. If you want to look back at the transactions for the month, so pretty usual.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Cam.
Second.
Thank you. Jan's caffeine is working this morning. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Here. All right, next, my report, not a board required approval, but thank you to Mary. The annual Paris report is done, our compliance with the authority budget office. So that report is complete, filed, available on our website, per statutory requirements, sent off to the county, because they'd like to take a look at it as well. So we're all set for 2025. The last remaining item will be upcoming on our agenda just to accept the independent audit for both agencies. Continuing on to activity, we still are working with the project closing for South Towns Business Park. So we have some payables, which should actually bring our first and the second quarter a little bit more in alignment there, which is good. Actually, one of the members of the LLC had an accident, Jennifer,
Yes.
just so you know, and it's been like in the hospital. So I'm off the rest of today and tomorrow, but probably like early next week, I'll just kind of check in with the consultant,
Okay.
that Kevin Curry, and just
I
kind of.
did so late yesterday, and I didn't hear back yet.
Okay, so that's, I know what was going
That's good to
on,
know.
some personal issues that, everything I think is, like, will recover okay, but yeah, it was a rather serious, vehicle accident, so. That was unfortunate, so, continuing to work with that, and, you know, some of these have gone on, like that one is tracking okay. Riley Boulevard, which was approved last, I think, fourth quarter last year. The siding is going up, so that building is looking rather nice. Good looking mixed use project over on Riley there. I'll get some photos of it for our next meeting. So that one's progressing nicely. That project has since closed, but, we're just kind of following the completion and, tracking the employment as that project gets a certificate of occupancy. Working with, continued work with the chamber, looking with the chamber actually in some additional revenue streams. We're looking to partner with some financial institutions where we can do merchant service, where we'll partner with a bank. And as the banks use, almost like how we do with healthcare, like we get scaled benefits for healthcare, we can get scaled benefits for merchant services. So when they do credit card processing and transactions, the businesses have to pay fees. So we can kind of get some economies of scale by kind of looking to select a priority vendor, like a financial institution, to do that. And it'll actually return some of those fees to the chamber, which could potentially be, another more stabilized revenue stream. We've had actually an uptick in membership and also event revenue. So things are I think we kind of hit a bottom around the second quarter of our third quarter, fourth quarter of last year, where we were in some financial distress. As you may have heard, we actually had to downsize some staff, but we're starting to see better days there financially, which is nice. There was an event in Cheektowaga that the IDA, Empire State Development, participated in with Governor Hochul, the budget rollout, kind of excitement. So we participated in that, which was good to just, kind of maintain relations with some of the granting agencies. Another meeting with the town supervisor for the targeted redevelopment sites. That will actually hit a regular schedule now. We'll meet every 8 weeks to try to promote development at some of the languishing sites in the town, which is good. I met with Dr. Sharma. I guess Kim, he's familiar. He said hi.
He's got big plans out there.
So he's got some exciting plans out in Lakeshore for potential additional medical resources in the town of Hamburg, which we don't have a lot of
At the same site?
emergency medical resources. Yeah, there's available land there. The site is fully occupied. He actually did some expansion in the building, non-IDA supported. He didn't seek IDA benefits, but a lot of it was like interior refresh. So there will be some more support for cardiology resources there, which we don't have a lot of, particularly in the south end of town and into the town of Evans and in Gola, and then some additional services there. So we're trying to look to see how we can partner with him and support him on that venture. But it's interesting because maybe with him being like younger in his career or earlier on in his career, he has a interesting take on like where the medical field is going and what's supported, and how kind of services are being provided, in different areas of the country, and how, we in this region or in the state may be behind, and, there might be some efficiencies that they can take care of. So, but it's interesting to hear how that land, I know there's issues in that landscape, but how that landscape can change to be more successful. But I will certainly say, I feel like there's a glut of services in our region. So partnering with him to provide them is certainly great. And he has, backing from, credible and growth institutions in the area as well. So I think he's not only has a plan, but it's viable. So that's exciting. With our Hamburg Development Corporation, we have 2 loans approved in the closing process. So we have 2 new small businesses in the town of Hamburg. We're doing $50,000 grant, or not grants, loans to each of them. So there's a good, like you may have noticed in the prior meetings, like an uptick in application activity. So those are moving forward and closing.
Anything interesting?
So there is Desiderio's Restaurant, which is a new restaurant in the village, and then also Blue Eyed Baker, which is another one. And then there's a fitness center in the area.
Those are all-
seeking funds, all loans.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't do any grant activity right there in this program. From time to time, like we've done CARES grants, so we may use that agency as a pass-through, so it's not. But our typical activity is a loan activity. So that's good, cranking along with some good activity there. The board has been busy. So that's all I have for the month. We will go to our next item, which is our, we have a motion for an account transfer. So we're looking to transfer under new business, $50,000 from our demand deposit account to the HIDA operating account. This is a fund transfer to, from our higher interest, kind of more so a savings account into our regular account. We try to pull out of that as needed, just to keep as much possible as possible in the higher interest bearing.
So moved. Oh, sorry.
Thanks,
No,
Janet.
you're right. Second,
Thanks, Cam. Question?
on the question. So it's really just operating cash. It's just.
Exactly.
Yeah, we agreed to, I think, limit, I think 50,000, wasn't it? If we needed to pull
Well-
50,000 out of the account, we did have a threshold to have a board approval of it, that's all. So
Right.
we know what's going on, it'd be part of our
Yeah,
financial oversight.
yeah, I just like to throw it on there so the board knows. We want some substantial, I mean, we've paid our audit, regular finances that Jamel manages, but some of these larger transactions make. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next is a motion to approve the Hamburg Industrial Development Agency 2025 independent audit completed by auditors Allied CPAs.
So moved.
Thanks, Janet. Thanks, Jamel. On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Thank you, Mary, for all your help with that. Next is some of our policy readoption. The next item is a motion to adopt the amended data gathering policy.
So
Thanks, Cam.
Second.
Thanks, Janet. And then just on the question and comment, this was amended just to allow for electronic processing so that we can distribute these surveys electronically via US mail. We typically get better response than sending it, it's a little less expense, but we're typically get quicker and more efficient, like more reliable responses when we submit this information to the pilot beneficiaries electronically. That's that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. So then we have a motion to readopt the following agency policies as written. So there's no changes to these policies, we're just readopting them. We have the employee compensation program, access to agency records, local labor policy, recapture policy, and combined fee schedule. Motion to adopt. Thanks, Jamel.
Second.
Thanks, Janet. All in favor?
Right.
Opposed? Carried. Next item is a mortgage consent for a refinance. This is a resolution of the Town of Hamburg Industrial Development Agency agency consenting to a consolidated, amended, and restated fee and leasehold mortgage, assignment of leases and rents, security agreement, fixture filing, an amount to exceed $35 million, and the execution of an agency by the agency of an estoppel certificate in connection with the refinancing of the 2015 J.R. Fort Collins LLC project. So moved.
Second.
Are we good with that resolution? Second by Janet. I'll do a roll call vote. Member Clark,
Yes.
Member Hall.
Aye.
Member Perkins.
Aye.
Member Valentin.
this has to do with, what does that do with, where the FedEx is?
Yeah, so they're doing just a refi of their mortgage, and the pilot actually is running out in probably the next 11 months. So we're just consenting to the mortgage refinance.
All right.
And Hutchison,
Aye.
2, 3, 4, 5. So moved. Thank you. All right, next we have employment agreements for the IDA staff, Mary and I. So I'll start with Mary, whereas Hamburg Industrial Development Agency Executive Mary Ellen Doran is a hardworking and valued employee of the HIDA, whereas the HIDA board recognizes the talents, hard work, and dedication of Ms. Doran and wishes to continue her employment with the HIDA. Now therefore be it resolved as follows, that the HIDA chairman is hereby authorized and directed to enter into an employment agreement extension with Mary Ellen Doran for a term of 3 years, July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Bob. Any questions?
We do this every 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, we're coming up on the 3 years. I think it's June 1st.
June 30th. will be
June
the end
30th.
of that term. Yeah.
So we wanted to get this done, and there's not too much different, there really are very few differences in the contracts. 4% raises over 3 years. We've added a little bit to the healthcare in the event that we need it, like Sean, or Mary. Mary isn't under our healthcare plan, but the big change, I think, with Mary's contract is going to be the days off, personal time off. And we've adjusted that to meet the calendar year instead of the contract year, just to kind of clean things up. Otherwise, there really wasn't much of a change to the contracts.
All right. Any questions or comments?
Well, I just want to make a comment, for those who weren't around at the time. Mary originally came to us as a temp at a very hard time for the agency. And she really took the bull by the horns and has done a fantastic job and continues to grow in the job. And we appreciate everything that you do for us.
Agreed.
100%. I agree too. Thanks, Janet. All right, roll call vote. Member Clark,
Yes.
Member Hall. Aye. Member Perkins,
Aye.
Member Valentin,
Yes.
Chair Hutchison.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, next, whereas HIDA Executive Director Sean Doyle is a hardworking and valued employee of the HIDA. Whereas HIDA board recognizes the talents and hard work and dedication of Mr. Doyle and wishes to continue his employment with the HIDA. Now therefore be it resolved as follows, that the HIDA chairman is hereby authorized and directed to enter into an employment agreement extension with Sean Doyle for a term of 3 years, July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Janet. Thanks, Bob.
Probably should have read that.
Yeah.
I'm not voting on it.
Discussion.
I was ready to read it. You took off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Member Clark,
Yes.
Member Hall.
Aye.
Member Perkins.
Aye.
Member Valentin,
Yes.
Chair Hutchison,
Aye.
approved. Thank you.
Thank you for working hard on behalf of on behalf of.
Thank you.
Both of
Wish
you.
me luck. Wish us luck. Wish us all luck. Just a reminder, if you have ABO surveys, sexual harassment training, to get those in, we'll tag you in perpetuity. And any call for executive session? Motion to adjourn the April 8th, 2026 Hamburg IDA Board of Directors meeting at 7:52 a.m.
So moved. Oh, look at that. I didn't do
Thanks.
it.
Gwen? Thanks, Janet. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next meeting, May 13th. I'm gonna stop recording.
I wonder if next year, I don't know why. The forum is so difficult. Maybe next year we try to Spring break.
Potentially, we got